station and space to ground.
Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm Sandra Jones. It was another busy week for the crew on board the International Space Station as they prepared to welcome 4 new humans to the orbital outpost.
Liftoff. Go Falcon, go Dragon, Godspeed, Axiom 1.
On Friday, April 8th, the first private astronaut mission to the International Space Station launched from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The crew of Axiom Mission 1, which includes Michael Lopez Alegria, Larry Connor, Mark Pathy, and Eton Stibbe, will conduct a variety of in-orbit activities during their mission before returning to Earth. Back on the ground, another quartet of astronauts are gearing up for their space launch. NASA astronauts Kjell Lindgren, Bob Hines, and Jessica Watkins, as well as European Space Agency astronaut Samantha Cristoforetti, are scheduled to launch to the space station later this month. During the SpaceX Crew 4 mission, the astronauts will conduct experiments on the aging of the immune system, how a concrete alternative behaves in microgravity, and they will test a new plant growth system that allows video and still imagery of root growth. You can hear Kjell, Bob, Jessica, and Samantha talk about their upcoming mission to the space station on this week's edition of Houston, We Have a Podcast. You can find this and other NASA podcasts by going to nasa.gov/podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and SoundCloud. The International Space Station ham radio continues to provide opportunities for several audiences to communicate with astronauts using amateur radio units. Before a scheduled call, students learn about the station and how the amateur radio works, among other topics. Students are also tasked to prepare questions on topics they have researched. Speaking directly with an astronaut in space is an experience, to say the least, and sparks interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to help inspire the next generation of explorers. And that's Space to Ground for this week. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Subscribe for more space.